Good evening, everybody.
Good
I would
evening,
like
sir.
to. Good evening,
Good
Jyoti.
evening. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Renuka ma'am and Meena ma'am. Mr. Arun Morgan, let's start.
Yes, sir. Now, who in the world doesn't like a change, right, sir? So it's every time me introducing. Now, I let a new person introduce our moderator. So I'm going to call somebody who has been working with us for a very long time, especially for Oxford SDGs. So without any further ado, let me call our AI, Mr. Jarvis. So Jarvis, it's time for action.
Good evening to all. I welcome all the dignified participants to the 134th web training series of Bharat Sahodaya. Now I take this opportunity to introduce today's moderator, Ms. Jyoti Jain, an experienced English educator from JBM Global School Noida, AIEF resource person, trainer moderator, senior coordinator for the British Council activities for International School Awards and in charge for comparing and coordinating many inter and intra-school programs including MUN. She is Master Trainer for CBE Competency-Based Education Project of CBSE under NEP 2020 trained by University of Cambridge in collaboration with the British Council India. She has trained teachers from different regions of India. She believes many such opportunities have excelled her communication skills and she is looking forward to offering her valuable service to CBSE Sahodaya as a moderator. So without further ado, myself Jarvis handing over the session to you, ma'am. Stage is yours.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Avit. Such a wonderful introduction. I'm indeed delighted. So let's start with the session. The glory of creation is in its infinite diversity. Learning about our planet, the land masses on it, the features of different environments, and the people and their interactions with the environments can be incredibly fascinating and eye-opening for our students. All of those features fall under the study of geography. By using engaging strategies and exciting tools, we can open up our students' minds to a world where they knew never existed. Let's explore more about how to make them learn more about physical qualities, climate, population, and all about the earth. Good evening and a warm welcome to today's webinar, an amazing session with our esteemed guest. This is the 134th web training series as a part of CPDs by Bharat Sahodaya. Today's webinar is all about teaching geography. What makes geography difficult to learn in school? Dear educators, a geography educator plays a very crucial role as it emphasizes the specific role by scaffolding learning and debriefing activities, exposition, modeling, effective questioning, discussions, role play, drama, and whatnot. Knowledge of geography is essential for business, trade, commerce, agriculture, industry, navigation, spacecraft, and even for balancing administration, including economic, social, cultural life of nation. In continuation with our previous webinars, we have brought this session of teaching geography for you. This time, we are going to learn how to make it easier to learn. Once again, we welcome all the educational fraternity. Dear participants, in today's session, we will talk about what makes geography difficult to learn in school and learn the easier methods. To try to work upon the basic location knowledge, countries knowledge, and demography of different cultures and regions. Now, Without any further delay, let me share how to be a part of this session. Kindly be visible and keep your mics on mute. Any query during this session can be posted in the chat box. There will be a question answer round by the end of this session. You will raise your hand, we will unmute you, or alternatively, you can use the chat option to type your questions at the end. Please be attentive listener and actively participate in the session. We will be available on YouTube. The participants will receive certificate only after filling the feedback form and the certificate, which will be shared at the end of the session. And a humble request to all of you, stay connected till the end. It gives us immense pleasure to welcome our program director, Dr. Abdul Salam Sir, the General Secretary of CBSE Bharat Sahodaya Complex. It is rightly said, great leaders don't set out to be a leader. They set out to make a difference. Dr. Salam is the soul of Bharat Sahodaya Complex. He is an educational iconic leader, principal of well-reputed senior secondary school, CBSE resource person, and CGSE Deputy Training Coordinator of Trivandrum region. He is the recipient of many iconic awards by various organizations. I extend a very warm welcome to you, sir, and request you to deliver the welcome address. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you so much, Ms. Jyoti Jain. I know you have a very tight schedule, but still you made it. Thank you so much. And a nice introduction. There is no more, nothing more needed about the, what do you call today's topic, introduction about the topic. And Jyoti Jain has been moderating a lot of sessions for us. And I would like you to conduct a session for as a resource person next time. So thank you so much, Meena ma'am, Meena Kurpaya ma'am, and Renuka Devi ma'am. Meena Karpaya, let me, audience, all participants, let me introduce Meena Karpaya, our new resource person. She has a vast experience in the education field, right from north, now in the south, traveling, from north to south, south to north, and she is an ideal, geography educator. So the right person to tell us how we can, go about learning geography very, effortlessly, very easily, very effectively. Similarly, Renuka Devi Mohan, and Madam, she is the Joint Secretary of CBSE Bharat Sahodaya and has got a lot of experience in the field and is principal of Sri Sri Academy here in Kerala. And all the educators who have joined, I'm not taking much of your time. You are eagerly waiting for, listening to Meena Karpaya ma'am, and let's listen to her. And thank you so much. On behalf of Bharat Sahodaya, I'm extending a hearty welcome to each and everyone. And kudos to Mr. Arun Mohan for a very, very innovative way of introduction. And thank you to the AI facilitator Jarvis. Thank you so much. Over to Jyoti ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The next to honor us with her presence is our distinguished Joint Secretary, Ms. Renuka Devi. Ms. Renuka Devi is the principal of Sri Sri Academy, Joint Secretary of Bharat Sahodaya with an experience of 27 years in teaching and 11 years of principalship. She completed her post-graduation in English and economics with masters in education. We welcome you, ma'am. We are extremely privileged to have you here today. I would like to invite Ms. Renuka Devi to do a short felicitation.
Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, very much.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Jyoti Jain, for your kind words. Respected Salam Sir, Secretary Bharat Sahodaya, and resource person, Ms. Meena Karpaya. Very warm good evening to one and all. I'm really honored to be here to give a felicitation in this evening. At the outset, I would like to say a few words about Bharat Sahodaya and the officials who are working behind to make these programs possible for enhancing and empowering the educators of our nation. During the pandemic years, while people around the world were stuck, not knowing what to do, Bharat Sahodaya was the pioneer in providing necessary support through this platform to equip all the teachers how to handle online classes, the parents and the students. Bharat Sahodaya, under the stewardship of Abdul Salam sir, is the biggest association in this regard. It's already conducted 134 plus webinars so far, and each one of it was very informative and was the need of the hour. I take this opportunity to thank Salam sir and all the Bharat Sahodaya officers for doing selfless service to the teaching fraternity, which will in turn help the teachers to perform well and thus serve the whole humanity. Being a member of this organization, I with full conviction agree that we all have been inspired by you, sir, and learned a lot from you. And we expect many more of this kind in the future as well. In this occasion, I extend my sincere gratitude to you, sir, and Bharat Sahodaya as a whole. And today's webinar is on teaching geography. What makes geography difficult to learn in school? And I hope it will also be a great eye-opener for all of the faculties, how to handle the geography classes effectively. And I heartily thanking you all for giving me this opportunity to speak in front of this gathering. Thank you so much. Thank you all.
Thank you, ma'am. Let's have our resource person here, Ms. S. Meena Karupaya. Meena ma'am is the principal of Mahatma Global Gateway with 23 years of experience. She has worked with TFS School, Army School, Jammu and Rajasthan, Mana Inter College and Mahatma Montessori, Madurai with various responsibilities. An avid reader, a great storyteller, a photographer, social worker. She completed her MPhil with B.Ed. Her professional journey includes mapping British Council curriculum and reviewing NCERT books, conducting storytelling sessions and workshops. We are honored to have you today with us, ma'am. We welcome you with all respect and regards. Here, I would like to remind you all that this session is an interactive session. Ma'am would be delighted to answer all your queries, so make sure to note down your questions and ask them in the live chat. We are keen to explore this world of learning with a new lens. So over to you, Meena ma'am. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Jyoti ma'am and Salam sir and Renuka ma'am for giving me a kind of a platform to interact with my community people, that is social science teachers. So I really today is a great day for me to interact with, I think more than 190, 200 teachers are there, and I think heads will be also joining this. So happy evening to everyone. It's like a geography. If you take it, geography is not a tough subject. If you explore it, it is a very, very easy to understand, and to have a lot of, the kind of awareness around you is going to enlighten you, and you can enjoy geography. So first I want to remove the word difficult from even the question. When we were discussing, Salam sir and myself, I said geography can be more interesting. Sir said no, we have to tell why it is difficult. So I asked sir, so sir was telling about how it is difficult for people to understand geography. So let me share the screen and start with my presentation. So what makes geography learn difficult in the school system? Most of us, in Indian scenario, people are very narrow downing their own kind of a, learning process. Max is the queen and king, they say science is a queen. But when you consider social, it is considered as the least bothered subject in the system. So the internal interest towards the subject, it comes down because of the people, how they think that geography cannot be taken into a higher level and go into the next level of job opportunities, all those things. So how to make geography interesting?
Meena ma'am, just a minute. Can you put it in the slideshow mode?
Slideshow mode only I have given, sir.
Because
Slideshow only.
slideshow, but the entire screen is not coming up.
Oh, 1 minute. Now, sir.
Same thing, madam. Click on slideshow from the beginning. You can click this slideshow.
Slideshow only, sir. I've clicked.
I don't know whether it is my screen issue. What about Arun Mohan, sir?
No, sir, you said the right thing. I think, ma'am, you have to do it again from the very beginning, like the presentation itself.
Now, sir? Now, are you able to?
No, ma'am.
No.
Yeah, still we can see the window.
If you click on
Okay.
slideshow, madam, please click on. You are on home page now.
Yeah, home page I have clicked, sir.
Yes,
Once again, I will share the
Yes.
screen once again. Share. Now you are able to see?
Yes, we can see, but still on the home page.
Home page.
And go to the slideshow, then.
Yeah, slideshow. Now I have clicked.
But it is not happening. It's not moving.
No.
Go ahead,
1
ma'am. No
minute.
problem. No problem.
1 minute, sir.
Yeah.
1 minute. Now?
It has come, same thing, but you can
Now?
go ahead. Yeah, it's
Now?
not same thing. You're on the home page only. Only home page is visible with
But for me, it's the full screen, sir.
Okay. So
I don't know
maybe
what is the
device issue. Yes. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Right, sir.
All right.
So if you go with things like geography is an earthly subject, but an heavenly science. It's a very oft kind of a thing which we have to understand why geography is needed in our day-to-day life. Without geography, we cannot survive. If you want to travel somewhere and you are packing your bags, can we all pack our bags? So in chat box, can you just say yes or no? So can you all close your eyes? You're not going to see the screen. You close your eyes. I'm going to tell a story now. Not a story. We are going to travel actually. So close your eyes. You may think online and you are asking us to close your eyes. So pack your bags. We are going to travel. So put your bag, whatever requirement, and the destination is Shimla. Can we go to Shimla? At least in the chat box, you can put a kind of a thumbs up. So pack your bags. When you're going to move, you take the required material, come on, sit. We all are going to board the bus. And then we are going to take off from wherever the destination. We have landed in Delhi, all are together. Now we are going to move forward to Shimla. And now the flight is landing down. One by one, they're coming out with their luggages. And we are boarding the beautiful bus, which was waiting for us and full of glass where we can see through a lot of things. So the bus has started. We are slowly going to move from the foothill region to the high up in the altitude. So you can feel the temperature is dropping down, and you can see the beautiful outdoor vegetation, which is grown lush green. Slowly you are moving up. You can see the beautiful flowers all over the naturally grown vegetation with lots and lots of flowers. And one of you have just opened the window and you're smelling the fragrance of the flowers. It is beautiful. You can see the flowers and the butterflies and the birds and small animals. Now we have landed the hotel, and there they are giving you the kava tea, and you had the tea, and now we are going to go for a nature walk. Please close your eyes, don't open your eyes, only listen to the story. So when you are walking through the narrow footpath and your luggage on your back, you can smell, you can see the beautiful plants and the beautiful small flowers on the either side. When you are climbing up, the different vegetation changeover takes place, from a small bushes to the coniferous forest, and from the coniferous forest, the snow-capped areas. Now, come on, let us all join together and take the snow which is freshly fallen down and come on, let us throw on each other. So are you enjoying the place? And let us make a beautiful snowman. So now it is getting a little dark. We are getting ready for the tents to be made and for the dinner. So let us all sit. Already it is now 7 o'clock. We have to attend an online webinar. So can we all settle down? Thank you so much. So this way you can introduce a lesson or kind of the topics which you are going to teach the children. So this will give you an idea, and this will give you a kind of a thing. The students will settle down, and you can open your
Miss
eyes.
Meena ma'am, is
Yes,
your
sir.
camera off or?
Camera off, sir.
It's off. Okay, fine.
Yes, off only.
Okay, thank you.
So you want me to switch on?
That is better now, so that the audience can.
No, I thought because of this camera on only, I was not able to show my PPT.
No.
So, okay, fine.
Thank
So
you.
now we can settle down, and this will give us a kind of the children can settle down, and you can pull the attention of the children to your classroom, and you can make it more interesting. So every day you can change up the starter activity, which will give you a lot of input and to the children to have a different, so they can wait and listen to the teachers. This is the one of the way where you can make geography very interesting, right? So next slide goes on. So the questions what I have put up here is for example, question number 1, what is geography? Geography is about a study of Earth and the descriptions. So when Earth is described, it is known as geography, and it is the whole Earth is taken into the study. Why do we need to study geography? Can you chat? Why do you want to study geography? Please put it up. Yes. Very good. Thank you so much for your response. So what we will what will we study in geography? Mostly the locations, where we study about the climate, we study about the different branches of geography, which tells about human geography, which tells about geomorphology, which is physical, and the human activities which is related with the geography. Is that geography science or arts? This is the biggest question people always have in their mind. It is a science. Please, teachers, as in a geography community teachers, you have to tell children it is a science, not an arts or a humanities, because most of people think that geography comes under the arts. There's a history and politics and all those things, economics, but geography is a science where you will be involved with a lot of practical knowledge. Practical is there. You have to do a lot of data analysis. You have to use a lot of technology. You have to use a lot of experiments. So it is a geography. Please understand and motivate children to know this is geography is going to be a science, not in a humanities. But we deal with the human behavior, human settlements. So much is connected with it. So I want you to understand the next question. Is geography important for our life? Can you just put your thumbs up, yes or no, in your chat box? Right. Yes, geography is very, very important when you are moving forward. Think about geography. What is your need? Wait, it's not moving, Vishal. How does geography affects the life of the people? It is not geography is needed for us, but geography is also like it affects our life. So we should understand where are the things which, for example, if there is a devastation occurring or in a flood occurs or in a temperature increase. For example, you all are sitting in different parts of India. Can you just type what is your area temperature? Can you type it? You can see in your mobile phone, you can check it out. What is the temperature in the area? So this you can discuss to the children about how the temperature influence our life, how it is going to influence the agriculture, how it is going to influence your daily food habit, how it is going to influence your, wearing a dress also. If it is going to be a rainy season, you will be thinking about what to wear, not the light colors. So everything, how it is interconnected with your kind of a day-to-day life, you have to make it more interesting and make the children understand why geography is important in each one's life. Why Vishal, it is not going? Right. So this shows that geography is in a geospatial education. Children are not going to be like now in our time, we used to be within our own confined areas, and it makes like, please Vishal, don't share. So it is like going to talk about children are going to move from one part of the world to the other part of the world, which how they, when they are going to travel, what are the things they have to take care in their kind of understanding wherever we go. For example, I'm going to travel from Madurai to Thiruvananthapuram. What are the things I have to take and pack in my bags so that I can understand after reaching there? If it is going to be a monsoon season, I have to carry an umbrella or a raincoat. So these are the basic things which children needs. So here I would like to share things. First of all, you have to understand the lessons, whatever you have, geography lessons. The curriculum mapping is very, very important for the whole year. We do split up syllabus. We do, syllabus mapping for the whole year. So here you can put it up and integrate with the other subjects. When you're going to integrate with other subjects, for example, maths, how you're going to integrate with the maths and the geography? A lot of statistical data which we are going to calculate, the graphs and the mean median mode which we are going to include it, temperature measurements, and we do a lot of other diagrams like pie diagrams and other calculations, the population calculations and the distance what they are traveling, the scale on the map. So many things are connected with the mathematics. So mathematics is connected, and how the geography is going to helpful for the children. The next subject is a science. In science, you are connecting physics, you are connecting chemistry, you are connecting biology. So these major subjects can be connected very easily, and it can be taken. Geophysics is the area where it is popping up and coming up. Is a futuristic study where we need more people who have the knowledge of both geography and the physics. The different combinations they can take in the higher studies, and they can go for the research.
Meena
Yes,
ma'am,
sir.
excuse me, slide is I think not changing.
Not changing.
Not changing. You're still on the second slide.
Sir, now?
No, ma'am, it's stuck, I think.
It's troubling me like 1 minute. Sorry, really. Sir, I think because of the video, it is like getting stuck.
No, ma'am. No, it's not like that. It's not at all moving. If you go to the third slide and see, click on the third slide and see.
Huh?
Now it is coming. You have to click on the slides and no.
This I have finished.
Yes.
So I am running now with this.
Yeah,
This
now
one.
it's changed.
This one, right? How to integrate with the subjects. Sorry,
Ma'am,
I'm really.
on
Yes,
the
ma'am.
top, after the white bar, there is a blue bar where home, insert, design, animation, and then slideshow is written.
1 minute.
Second, design, after design, animations.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go to slideshow and click that, ma'am.
1.
Insert, design, animations, and then slideshow. Go ahead and click on slideshow.
Madam, on your right, yes.
Yes,
Animation slide.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. 1 minute, sir. Slideshow. So actually the slideshow is given down. I'm putting it up, but it is not visible. I have an icon down also.
You can resume the slide.
Yeah, slideshow, right. Now it is visible?
Yes,
Yes?
it's still in process.
Oh,
I think it is buffering now.
so can I close the video? Now it is visible?
There is nothing to do with video, ma'am. It's, I think, the.
Oh, really? Video on television. Sir, it is not visible?
Not it, not it.
Network connectivity. So now you are able to see?
I think it is stuck, ma'am.
Oh.
Madam,
go and-
this is in PPT model, you know.
Yes, PPT only, sir.
PPT only. Okay. If you can put it in the Google slide share, then it will be easy. We can also share it.
Okay.
But I don't know whether it will take time for you.
Sir, one more person is there who can help me out. My teacher is there. Her name
Yeah,
is like.
let him play. Let him play it.
Huh?
From a different computer, he can play.
Okay. 1 minute, sir.
It's a problem with the computer. Or you can send to me also. We can play for you.
Yes, sir. 2 minutes. I will send it then.
Meanwhile, participants, if you have, questions.
Chat box, they can. Chat
Yes,
box, they
yes.
can ask some questions, sir.
Questions.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
definitely.
type your
ask
questions. Jyoti ma'am will take up the questions now. Right, ma'am? We can note the questions and we can answer them later.
Yes, definitely. Our participants can either send the questions in the chat and
screen share pandriya.
I'll definitely forward more about geophysics. All right. So we have history session. So it's a request for arranging history session.
Yes, ma'am. It has come now. It is good now.
Hello, is this now visible?
Yes,
Hello?
it is good. It is good.
Yes.
Right, sir. Somehow I managed with that. Right. Thank you so much.
Yeah, please try changing the slide, ma'am.
Yeah, definitely, sir.
And also switch on your camera.
Right now it is changing, I think. You are able
Yes,
to?
yes, it's fine now. It's fine.
Thank God. I prayed for it. Technical things really trouble sometimes. So we were seeing about the different subjects, how it is integrated. It is not only the main subject you can integrate, but you can integrate games, You can integrate visual arts, you can integrate performing art, you can integrate cookery, n number of things, technology you can integrate, the computer science you can integrate. So everything can be integrated with the geography. So first thing I just want to tell you the 5 themes of geography, that is the location, place, human environment and interactions, movement and the region. So these are the very important the points which you have to take it into consideration when you are teaching the children about any of the topics to make it more interesting. So connect with the locations, that is the regional geography or the local geography where you are. So in the chat box, can you just mention which location you come from? The locations, your location. Yes, very good. Yes, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, Akash Mukherjee, Dubai, Palam, Sharjah, Hyderabad, Kollam. Good, very good. Kozhikode, Kerala, Pune, Thiruvananthapuram. Fantastic. So can you just type your particular place where you come from? For example, I am from Tamil Nadu, Madurai. Where you come from? Can you type it? Kochi, Jalandhar, okay, Chhattisgarh. Little more specify it closer to your locations. Okay, very good. Thank you so much. And can you just tell me what is the climatic condition or the climatic region you belong to? As a social teacher, you must know which region you belong to. I belong to a semi-arid region. You are belong to, oh, okay, fantastic. Very good. Winter, desert climate. Oh, desert climate. From where you are from? Desert climate. Please, can you unmute yourself and answer me? From which desert? It is Dubai desert or the Indian desert? Sir, they can unmute and speak. It is possible?
They can virtually raise their hands. We will unmute.
Okay. So the person, Arabian desert. Please, ma'am, put your hands up. Can you please unmute yourself? Please, from Dubai desert. They are not able to. So somebody is raising their hand. Rasina, can you hear me, Rasina?
Yes.
Yeah, so you are from which part of which desert you belong to?
I'm living in Abu Dhabi in UAE.
Okay.
It's a desert area now, so that's why I message like that.
Oh, that is good. Great. And I want you to compare your desert with the Sahara desert or with the Indian Thar desert. What will be the difference between this desert and that desert? Or you may be having a little bit of closer to your area itself. If you are closer to the sea or the very close to the coastal area, it may be a different desert where the sand dunes will be there. If it is in a barren land, you will be having less sand dunes.
Sand dunes are, dunes are, the more dunes are there in UAE. But compared to Rajasthan, it is not like that. But they are getting little rain also.
Oh, you get
here
little
it is very
rain.
difficult to get rain.
Okay. So in this desert itself, you can do a comparative study about the environment, what kind of a vegetation you have, and if you take it, what culture they have, what kind of a food habits they have, what is grown there. Is there anything grown there, ma'am?
Cactus type plants are growing because they need less water, no? So
water, fine, definitely. So if you just compare the bushes, how it stores the water to survive. For example, if you go for biology and botany, you have to include in geography, and you have to tell the variations, how the different plants in the desert area, it stores the food for the whole year to survive in that harsh condition. So in this, you can connect a value. In this, you can connect a value also. Value-based learning you can give to them with the geography. For example, how the cactus is able to withstand the very harsh conditions, and it makes its life very happy. So like that, any problem in your life, you can withstand and survive, and you can overcome the difficulties and challenges. So this is the way how you are going to geography with the values, right? Thank you so much. Now we can go a little more deeper. Thank you. Thank you for unmuting yourself, Rasina ma'am. So the next thing is, for example, thank you. For example, if you are taking up movement, what are the movements you connected with? What kind of a movements you have in that area? Is there anybody else who wants to chat? Drip irrigation they use, conservation of water. That's a beautiful topic, what I always get inspired with. May I know who has typed that conservation of water? Please unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself? Yeah. Somebody Vivo 1802.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I'm Janvi Mutreja. I'm basically from Jaipur, Rajasthan. So from being Rajasthan, we all are very much like into conservation of water. This is the basic which I ask my students and I make them understand, because this is a very important thing which we which is very important for all the living beings or all the ecological balance actually to survive.
Definitely.
And being in Rajasthan, it's a very low rainfall area. So how it can be, and in 10th CBSE also we have this year, the water resources chapter has been included, which was not included till from last 2-3 years. It was not included
definitely.
in the syllabus. But this year again, the government also has, like CBSE also has given us the initiative to make the students aware about the water, about the importance of water, how we can conserve them. So it's very important
this
for them.
water lesson which is being taken now by the board, mostly they will be asking a case study questions. Because in the case studies, they may be putting up some case about some conservation activity which is going around and how they take it and go forward. I lived in Suratgarh near the Kalibanga, Pilibanga area. Suratgarh is an area where the Indira Gandhi Canal water project goes on and the irrigation goes. And if you visit during December month and the November, December and January, you will not feel like you are in a desert. It will be lush green, the agriculture will be done, and everywhere you can see the mustard grown with the yellow flowers. Beautiful area actually. And the wheat will also grow in those seasons. And I was very little bit surprised to see that how come in this condition the soil is being treated properly and the irrigation is done and it is growing lush green, and agriculture is popping up in desert area also. So the resource, how you can use it, how the resource have to be conserved, how this small amount of water purification or the house you sometimes even Rajasthan gets a good amount of rain. Sometimes we recently saw there is a news that Rajasthan had a flood.
Yes, ma'am. This year also we had a good rainfall. Luckily, we have very good rainfall this year in Rajasthan.
I know people there in Rajasthan, they used to store the rainwater, and with the fitkari, they will be using it and cleaning the water and taking it for the consumptions,
Yes, ma'am.
So that was a great experience. Yes, ma'am.
Even in the ma'am, if you look at the fort areas like Amer and all, which we have traditional forts, they have big rooms, which were used for water harvesting since those period itself. So that has been practiced in Rajasthan since long time. It's but after the canal irrigation, like when the water was easily available, the rainwater which was practiced in each and every house, that was reduced due to the availability of water through canals. But now again, the government wants like to initiative to motivate people to practice again the same rainwater harvesting system, ma'am, in each and every house.
Yeah, and the solar power energy is working out very well, and how it has to be connected, you can understand, and how the production goes on, the tourism, travel. It's in a fantastic state where we can explore it in a beautiful manner. You can explore Rajasthan and Gujarat areas. It's wonderful to be there for a turnover of some 3 to 4 years. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So regional geography. Thank you so much. Regional geography, when you make children to understand the place where they are living, they should have a lot of awareness about their own city, their own region. Then only they will have a kind of towards the understanding the country, understanding the respecting the culture, respecting the kind of a thing which is happening in the country and the state, and how it goes on. So let us move on to the next slide. So here, this one is very, very interesting for me. Actually, I always connect with the subject. I know IT and GPS is my favorite kind of a place where I explore a lot. How the technology plays a major role in the education field. You can take it up like you all have smartphones nowadays, and most of the classes are connected with smart digital boards, or the whiteboard, what you call, with the projector and internet connectivity, or the mobile phone itself can be taken, and you go take a Google Lens. Google Lens, teachers, you can take it up and note it down. Google Lens, you just take a pic of the vegetation or the plant or the animal. It will give the entire detail about it. And it is very, very easy for students, to understand what is nearby them and how to identify what is the native name of the plant or the animal or the insect. And it helps them to understand the, the vegetation. Easily they will understand the local name and name, whatever it is. And apart from that, what I feel very interesting is like a Google search, Google Earth map, all those things. Now, just I want to show you one Google map, which is very interesting. You can also show it to the children, and children will definitely feel very much, interested with seeing such kind of maps and enjoy themselves. Stop sharing. Minimize it. So this is Google Earth map. Are you able to see? Hello?
No, ma'am, it went off. Screen went off.
Sir, 1 minute. It is now. Can you?
Not yet.
One. Go back, Michelle. Able to see, sir? No.
No, you can
Right.
stop sharing and ma'am share again by selecting that particular window.
It's visible now?
It's very much visible now.
Right. This is actually the Google Earth map, which is very, very interesting to, show them, the children, where your school is located. And then you can start with a lot of projects like a survey. Because nowadays going out is a little bit, like a lot of challenges are there. You have to write a letter and you have to get permission, and so much is there in traveling out. But anyhow, we get a lot of, we go out for some value camps or trips, which makes children, excursions, which gives a lot of, interest and curiosity to know around yourself. So for example, when you see this map on the other side, where I'm just keeping my thing, this is a residential area. When you show these children the residential area, they can see the vegetation cover. And wherever there is a less vegetation, they can go for a tree plantation. So they can do a survey by sitting inside their classroom itself, and they can enjoy the views, and they can make a decision how to really reach out people, and even they can see their own residential area, and there they can spot out the places, and they can go for a tree plantation or promoting tree plantation and give a lot of awareness for people, poster making. And when they go around, and they can raise their own nurseries, and they can collect seeds and grow plants, and then give it to the neighborhood to grow the trees. So this survey we have done, and it is very, very interesting for children to go around and look into their area maps. And when they are seeing their houses, they feel very happy and enjoy that I can see my house, I can locate my house, and how this Google Earth map helps us in locating a lot of other challenges. By you can navigate and you can see the roads. When you are teaching transportation, this maps will help you a lot, and children also will understand very easily. For example, you are teaching about for example, the highways. You can go zoom in and show them how the highways are metal roads. And this is 2 lanes road or a 6-lane road. You can show the highway, the national highway. When you are teaching them the national highway from NH, which is the longest, the road which is connecting in India from the down south to the north of Jammu and Kashmir. And you can show them how the residential area, they have a very kacha road. It is not a pakka road, or it is unmetalled road, which cannot be used during the monsoon season. It may be disturbing the commuting of people, and it will be it is not very it is not going to be more user friendly, or it will have a lot of water logging here and there. So children can be given, and easily they can take the kind of a knowledge what we are sharing it to them. And apart from that, you can show them very easily where are the water bodies in your local areas, how the water is conserved. With one Google map, you can teach many topics, and when different intelligent children are there, the kinesthetic, the visual, and the children who have a lot of difficulty, only some children will be hearing a lot of things and they will understand. But like a few of us who are very visually, attracted with a lot of information like pictures or the maps or the other kind of movies, they get attracted with, learning part. So you can show them a lot of, with one map, you can design and connect most of the lessons. And even you can, where is Rajasthan, you can go to Rajasthan and drag yourself and see where you are located. And for example, even I can travel to Dubai now. Dubai, anybody is traveling along with me to learn the geography of Dubai? Yes. Children, are you there? Please give me yes or no. See, we have visited here. Where is that ma'am's, Rasina ma'am's house? Can we find out Rasina ma'am's house? So you can get connected with people. If children are telling some relatives are living in the US, you can go and show them the Egypt, where you can locate the Nile River and show them why the Nile River is flowing in an opposite direction. Most of the rivers are flowing downwards, but this is from the equator, it is moving upward in the northern direction. And you can show how the port city is located. And very interesting thing, when you are going to connect it, you can show them the canal, the Suez Canal, which is connected. You are talking about the waterways, which is going to help them out. And what is the difference between the Suez Canal, which is a man-made canal, which is, connected with the Mediterranean Sea and with the Arabian Sea, and it has reduced the distance between the European country and with the Indian subcontinent. So how people travel and how they have food, and what's the difference in this, this canal and the Panama Channel? What is the difference between the Panama Channel? You can see it, show them. Immediately when you connect, children can remember more and they can understand better. So here is Panama, the Panama Channel, and this is where we are. So this is connecting the North Atlantic and the South Atlantic Ocean. So children find it very interesting. So that is where you make geography very interesting. And even you can travel very deep into the ocean, show them what are the landscape, where is the Bermuda Triangle, because children are very much fascinated with the Bermuda Triangle, because Bermuda Triangle in the thing what they are showing is telling that why this Bermuda Triangle is very dangerous, you should not cross. In a myth or the story in Ramayana, they say Hanuman took that Atmalinga from Ravana and kept it under there so that Ravana will not come again and destroy this world. So you can connect stories, you can connect incidents, you can connect with people if they are there, and how it is made interesting. You can enjoy yourself, right? So you are moving. I'm here, and sir is somewhere in Kerala. Madam is in Delhi. Jyoti ma'am is in Delhi. So we are got connected. So let us move on to the next screen. This what we were discussing in this question. What you can ask? Can you see my PPT?
We
Can
are
you
on the
see?
same screen, ma'am.
It is not.
We are on the screen where Earth is there and the map is
Oh,
located.
till now I am not connected. There's a connectivity problem, I think so. So 1 minute. You can close down that. Close it that. Close the Google Earth map. Sorry for the glitches. Now, are you able to see?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Economic.
Yeah. So in this, if you see the different subjects we have integrated, so where do they live, and some questions are there. When you handle geography, put a lot of implicit questions. So create a curiosity in the children to answer. So you can teach geography from known to unknown, or from unknown to known. When you take this concept of interactions, or an activity based learning, or outdoor learning, or inside itself, you are connecting children with so much of things. While sitting here itself, you can connect with virtual touring. Without a passport, you can travel from one country to other countries. I have a lot of links with me. I will share it in the later part, so that madam can share it and others can use it. So the next slide, we will move on. The different methods are there. In this first method is the observation method. Already I told you how the Google the lens can be taken, or you can go outside and observe how the geographical features are formed, the geomorphological feature. You can make the children to sit in the bus and move around in the city, and you can teach them how the settlements are there. City settlements or the remote village settlements, what are the basic amenities are available, and how these settlements have evolved, whether it is evolved around a star-shaped settlement, or in a circular settlement, or a linear pattern settlement. So you can show them lively, so the children can understand the topic very easily. And when they observe and come back and have a follow-up sheet where the children can write down their observation, and it can be made more interesting. So next is laboratory, project, regional discussion. So we will move on to the next slide. In the observation inside the classroom, you can use the globe, charts, and models, and you can ask the children hands-on geography. Also, you can do it outside. You can go take them to a field trip and do a lot of survey the vegetation in 1 square meter or 2 square meter. What are the vegetations are there? Vegetation population they can survey. They can survey about the soil, and they can do a lot of other activities also. So next thing, we will move on to the nature walk. You can go for a camping, make more interactive sessions for the children, observation of different aspects you can give. So you have to select the lessons in the year starting itself and put it up which lesson we are going to do in what manner, so that the children can get easily, grasp the concept of the lesson and the content, and it will be easy for them also to retain it for a long-term memory. So next we will go on to the method of labs. I already told you geography is a science. You can do lot of experiments, which is really give them the knowledge. For example, testing the thermometer, the temperature. You can draw a graph with the different days temperature. You can even use the newspaper data which is given, and that can be taken. And when is the maximum temperature in the region, or the minimum temperature, they can note down and they can do a graph representation. Light and shadow inside the lab you can do. We have a geography lab in our school, where we have a lot of equipments to deal with, and a lot of we do a lot of other experiments. where children get to know about it. For example, the axis of the earth with the needle. This is very interesting. You can ask the children to bring an orange and a stick or a needle. You can take it and push it up inside, and you can show them how the spherical shape and why the axis is slant and how the axis is revolving and how it is making the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere. What are the seasonal variations, how the rotation and revolution goes on. It is very, very easy for them to understand sitting inside the lab and doing the hands-on and to understand the many deeper concepts, because what you are teaching in 6th standard, it may run till 11th grade and 12th grade. So geography lessons which you have to connect it, map it. So easy for children, because most of the teachers here are, few are from lower grades, I think 6, 7, 8. How many are in the lower grade? Please put yourself, which classes you handle. Please, can you put it up in the chat box? 10th standard, 9 and 10, 6th standard, 7, 8. Yes, Anupama ma'am, Renuka ji, Deepa Priya, Jata ji, Kiran, 9 and 10. So the maximum, it is even 4th standard, they are there. Yeah, the international levels are there, which the higher level concepts are taken for the 6, 7, 8 and the 4th grade also. Very good. Bindu Dinesh is there. And mostly 8, 9, 10. So the board classes 9 and 10, you have to do a lot of content-based, the system of teaching. You can have interaction teaching or lecture method. But 6, 7 junior classes, you have to go with a lot of activity-based learning. Then only children will get involved in the learning process. Otherwise, it will be a very monotonous and it will be a very boring for them to just listen lot of geographical terminology, which is higher end sometimes. So one more thing I just want to tell you, like for example, the place, the latitude, longitude, ocean currents. Ocean currents, it's very interesting thing. You can take them to the lab, take a container and pour the water. And nowadays, the induction stoves are available everywhere, even in the canteen, it will be available. You can show them a small experiment, how the ocean currents gets warm up. And then it moves from the cold, warm region to the cold region, how the cold current gets depressed and it moves to the warmer region, how this current goes on. You can show the Mimo movie also, how the turtles were going inside in the current, fastly they were moving. And this Mimo's father was going on asking where you are all going and how you are going to reach, because you are a person who moves very slowly. So they have a lot of experience in going inside the current. So junior classes make it more interesting for them to show some current. And when you're boiling the water, use some colors. So it will show the rotation and the movement of the water. How this warm water comes up because of the density and the cold water goes down with a heavy density. Why people don't sink or die in the Dead Sea? Can you type it? Can you type it? Why people don't die in the Dead Sea? One, why the name is given Dead Sea? Why it is Dead Sea? Please type your answers. Please. Saline, very good, very good. Bindu R. Ravi Kumar Nair, whoever is there. So Renuka is there. It is like saline, high saline content. When you are going to teach this high saline content, you can just show them a water container and put a lot of salt inside it, and you take a object and make it float on it or sink on it. So children will understand better why people don't, die in the Dead Sea. That's great. So social teachers are very, more than 300, right? Fine, fantastic, floating. Yes, no life can survive in a high saline water. Like high saline water, there are some microorganisms which survives. You can go and explore that also. Put a lime in the highly salted water. That is also right. Great. So let us move on to the next thing. No, not next thing, please. In this, make your own soil. This is very, very interesting. How we can make a soil? How we can make a soil? Oh, that is good. Somebody is writing 1 liter of water contained with 300 grams of salt. Yes, right. That is the experiment what you can show it in children. And how we can make a soil. Is that we can make a soil? Yes? Yes or no at least? Give me yes or no, thumbs up or something. Yes, how does no? Okay, fine, no. Breaking of rocks, it's very little dangerous task for us. Or for example, how the soil is, weathering process happens, and then it goes on to an, transportation, erosion goes on, then transportation and deposition occurs. The different features. In between, the different organic matter also mixes with the soil. Yes, it's a natural process. Yeah, definitely it's a natural process. When it is natural process, fossils, very good fossils. Yeah, so what you can do, ask the children to take the vegetable waste and they can cut it into small pieces, dry it in the sun, and then ask the parent support to grind it and make it in a humus, and it will help them. Yes, somebody raised hand, Anupama. Yeah, please unmute her. Thank you so much, at least. Yeah.
Hello, good
Yes,
evening.
ma'am. Good evening, ma'am, please.
Ma'am, like you're talking about the soil, I give them an example like how the soil is made with the example of the garden pipe. Because there
That's
you
great.
can see the disintegration of the garden pipe with the cracks, then breaking, flexibility. And I asked them to keep it for a period of around 3 to 4 months. So how the rock first, the like decoloration happened, then the cracks appeared, then it breaks. So children find it really interesting and they can relate how the soil is formed.
That's great. That's great, ma'am. Definitely, this is a kind of a activity which children will enjoy doing it. And the erosion and weathering, and then the deposition, features also can be easily taught to the children. It is in a million-year process, but we are showing them some video, or physically we can show them kind of efforts how it takes place. The geographical terms: erosion, the weathering, the erosion, the transportation, and the deposition. This is in a kind of a thing which is very tough for the children to understand, because it takes millions and millions of years to come to a position. So geomorphology, when you are teaching to the physical geography, when you are teaching to the children, it is very important taking them across, take them to the nearby area. If you have a mountain region, or you have a rock area where you can show them. If you are in a desert area, you can tell them about how wind plays a major role in weathering process. Sunlight, how it plays a major role. The water plays a major role in making of a soil. So it's a great kind of a thing. When you talk about connecting with soil, how a soil testing can be done. So this is actually a chemistry, and we are going to integrate chemistry here. So you can ask support from the chemistry lab assistant to give you the pH tips. And you can ask children to bring a lot of sample soils from their house. They can bring some 100 grams of soil from each area, and they come from different localities. And you can show them the place where they are living, how fertile the soil is, and how it can support the growth of a plant. So you can test the soil, put it up in a jar and add little water and use a pH sheet and dip and see whether the alkaline rate and the acid rate, how much it contains, and how to make your soil more fertile, how to make your soil more rich. So the compost pit, and you can use the vegetable waste or the natural product which is available, like tree waste or other kind of things, that can be. When I teach agriculture lesson, I brought students to the field. That's great, ma'am. That's great. Because the field survey and field observation will give them a lot of knowledge compared to whatever we are going to do it as a lecture method. Now also I feel like if I can take you all to a field and show you in a beautiful place where the agriculture goes on, biodegradable items from the home. Yes, good. Yeah, great. Renuka ma'am, thank you. So like this, you can go for it, and you can make a small, as a geography teacher, keep small materials, like collect different rocks and minerals, show them the samples. Children, ask them to bring their own, like even collect different rocks from different places of their surrounding. And you can show them how to compare the rock. What is the igneous rock? What is sedimentary rock? And what is metamorphic rock? Why we call it as an igneous rock? What is the igneous rock? If you are able to identify the hard rocks, which is like granite and other kind of thing, which, yeah, very good. It is in a lava. It is, the lava comes out and cools down and it goes on like, and it forms the hardest rock. And then when it is eroded, it is deposited because of the endogenic and exogenous forces. It becomes, it is called a parent rock and a primary rock. The other means Maharashtra comes under the Deccan Plateau. You are in the igneous rock, parent rock area. That's great. Most of the colors are like, it contains all the minerals. Iron content is very high. So the mineral you can teach them. And if you go to the other areas like the sedimentary rock, due to the erosion, it deposits. And then due to the pressure on both the sides, from the internal pressure and the external pressure, it forms and it becomes a soft rock. Compared to the igneous rock, it is soft rock. And the third rock, it is marble, which we all love to put it up in our houses. Our most of the floor nowadays, marble has gone taken up the granite rock. And granite rocks are more costly, where you can teach about the economic value of the minerals, metamorphic rock. Right, great. The process of metamorphic rocks, the changing of the next level of what you call the calcium, which is there, we call it, due to the internal heat and pressure. That's great thing. Yeah. So you can ask the children to bring it, lay it out, make it as a rock exhibition. Rock Mela or rock exhibition, which they can observe and write it down and put it up in a follow sheet. It will make more interesting for the children. From a monotonous class, they can go out of it. Inside the classroom itself, you can arrange in one corner. That will give them the, they will also feel something. Yes, yeah. And diamond. Yes, definitely. Geography is a diamond. So it's great, getting a lot of chat box things. And we will move on to the next, project method. Project method is very, very interesting. And you can do a lot of wonder. But one thing I want to tell you, how to do a project. You have to, if you are going to take a project for 1 month or 2 months or a term-wise or a 1-year project, you have to give them the guidelines. So like how we do for PhD research, there will be a guidelines. Like that same way, you type the needs. For example, the first page should have a content guideline sheet and how the data should be collected, where to go for a field trip, how to collect the information, whether you're going to collect a primary data or you're going to collect a secondary data, how you're going to process, what are the technical tools, statistical technical tools in processing the data, and then to put the conclusion and come to a thing. In that, one more thing, every time you give a value to the children, please ask them to identify the challenge or the problem in the society. Why, how people are, or how we can help the nature, or how we can help the society. Give them the task. Because the learners now in the future, they are going to take up the entire thing. So they should connect themselves with the responsibility towards the world. So the portfolio, definitely the portfolio will help them out how to bring out the project. So when you are giving the planning, executing, evaluating and recording it, based on that, give a criteria. Your analysis criteria you should share with children. When you're going to share, on what basis you are going to analyze the project, what they are going to bring. It is not that you are exploring internet and collecting a lot of information and putting it up and giving as a binded project to the teacher. Don't do that, because that is like for a namesake people will do. Give your student to explore, understand, involve themselves, critically think about it, and collaboratively they can even work. It can be a group project. One person can do one and one material, and all together 5 to 6 children can together do the kind of a collaborative work, also do a survey on different aspects. So this is very interesting and you can go for it. And a lot of things are available in internet also. And the next thing, this I want you to note down. It's a big agenda. I will tell you how geography can be mind on and hands on. This is very interesting. So you can choose one of this, any one of this where you think that you want me to give you a little bit of information, or you want how it can be organized, or how the questions can be from this page. You can choose. Ma'am, I have doubt. Can I formulate CW writing? Definitely classwork can be done, ma'am. Definitely, definitely. Ma'am, what is symposium? Definitely I will. I will come in the end of when madam is going to give me certain questions. That time I will just come back to you. So we will, can I move on to the next slide? Because please take it out. Any one which you think that you want me to give you the little bit of, sharing knowledge. Right, we can move on to the next. This is like teaching methodology. What are the different methods you want to teach geography? Can be a students and session, collaborative learning, flipped class. Flipped class is very interesting for me because most of you know about student-centric discussion and collaborative learning. Flipped class is like you are flipping the portion into two halves. Yes, on stage play. Yeah. So what we can do is two things we can do. One is you give the topic to the children. They can do little homework and come back to the school and do hands-on activity. This will give them the clarity in doing activity and understanding, and the content can be taken into different level, and the time will be less for us to putting it up, reading the lessons, introduction the lesson, and that on this it goes on. So it will at least help them to take it in a next level. So it will not be in a boring class then for their children. This be a key technique is in a very, very interesting. So this will help visual, auditory, and kinesthetic students. So you have to use a lot of visual techniques, auditory, and kinesthetic hands-on. So this way, how you can make geography learn more within a kind of interest. Spaced learning, differentiated instructions, and dual coding. Dual coding is again, it is like connecting with a lot of with materials and the systems. You can take children to the computer lab, get permission from your computer teacher, and get connected with it. So we can hands-on geography. It is the very, very interesting thing which you can put it up. And within 15 minutes also, or with less than 30 minutes also, you can do a lot of hands-on. For example, you can ask the children map work you can see, or making in a small, what do you call, the pyramid, or making in a kind of a small, the landscapes. For example, when you are going to teach about the physical geography, what are the different stages of river, and they can draw and put up some kind of in a small, use small materials, papers or waste materials, and they can decorate it and they can put it up. What is a meander course? What is Oxbow Lake? What is the first stage of river? What is the third stage of river? How the river gets the age of river? So these are the interesting areas where wall project, definitely wall projects, make poster making, slogans. Yeah, definitely. And you can make it like, children can go out also and play with the sand, soil, all those kind of things. Use a clay for it to make different ocean features. Because when you get children involved with hands-on, they find more interesting for them to do and understand the concepts. So here already I narrated a story. So whenever you connect any place or any important region, you please connect with the story locally, because children get involved, get interested. And as a teachers, we can keep a lot of materials, hands-on material. You can make a finger puppets, and you can teach about the 5 different landforms, or 5 different some kind of things, or connect story. For example, you know about the Narmada River. Anybody from the Narmada River region, Satpura and Vindhyachal region? Is there anybody? Is there anybody? Do you know about? Please give a thumbs up and unmute yourself, please. Renuka Devi, I think she has raised her hand. Godavari, yeah, fantastic. Godavari. I want Narmada River. Sorry, somebody is there. Jayanti, T. Jayanti is from Narmada River region. Can you unmute yourself, please? Renuka Devi. Nobody is there. So let me tell you, if you Yeah, somebody is unmuting. Yes? No. So if you see.
Hello, ma'am. Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
Yeah, Sindhu. I think Sindhu Pillai. Yeah, please. Yeah, tell me, ma'am.
Sindhu Pillai. Ma'am, right now I'm here in Kerala, but most of my school education and my bringing up was from Jabalpur, Madhya Pradesh.
Oh, great.
It's a place through which Narmada flows, and the Bhedaghat and Dhuadhar falls, and Bhedaghat, the Marble Rock gorgeous.
Yeah,
very close to
definitely.
Jabalpur.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
So
and
it's
you
a
know the
beautiful
story
place,
about,
and
what else you find in the Narmada River, ma'am? Very, very important one. People all take it and do.
ma'am, actually it flows through a fault.
Yeah, definitely. Very important thing, which, you know.
It flows through a fault, and actually it has very perpendicularly joined tributaries.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, somebody, Bindu Gandhi, is raising the hand, please. Carry silt, yeah, carry silts, yes. And very another one important, which we keep it in the temple. People do a lot of puja. Saligram? Shivling? Anybody? Western flowing river, yeah.
Ma'am, in Narmada, it is like called Har Har Kankad is Shankar.
Har Har Kankad in, in each and every stone. The stone which is being eroded, it is, polished automatically, like naturally, the lingam, what is you call Shivling is found there. That is called Banalinga. So if you see that area, why that is called as Banalinga, and the Banalinga will be having a different colors and beautiful in shapes, like oval shape lingams will be found in that area. If you listen, that story is, the Ashura was there, and Shiva and Ashura was fighting in the space, and they were like vigorously fighting, and they were using a lot of weapons, and one of the weapon fell down in the river area, and it automatically became a Banalinga. So naturally you find a lot of Banalinga there. That is why that area is very, very like pure river in the Indian subcontinent compared to other rivers. So I want you to just, yes, ma'am.
If you allow me to start my video, I was in Narmada River just last Monday.
Oh,
and
right.
I brought one stone from there, as you're telling. It's a beautiful thing that I got from the river.
Somebody can, please open your video, ma'am, please.
Am I visible, ma'am?
No, ma'am, not yet. Yes.
Am I visible? I don't know really if I'm visible.
No, I think if you could raise your hand, we will unmute you and.
Yeah, please.
My hand is already raised, ma'am. And I have from my end, I have unmuted and the camera is also on.
Okay.
So you're not visible.
Okay, some technical glitches again. Sorry. Thank you, ma'am, for letting us know. If possible, I will even share the other information. So when you make, specimens, you take a lot of material to the class inside. So children get fascinated with geography, and that is where you are going to become the hero and heroines of the, the subject, right? So next slide we will make. You can see how you can arrange an expo, give the children a chance to, we again here we focus on geography with English. LSRW, we follow it in geography, the listening scale, writing scale, speaking scale, all these things also we are integrating with geography, so that the children are given a chance to explore different countries and put it up as an expo, and the parents can visit, and parents can also understand how the geography is really making a important place in the life of each and every one of us. So when the expo is conducted, whether you are taking it up during any kind of carnivals or any expo you are organizing in your school, ask children to dress up like that and explain about the concept and the places or the geographical features of that country, and they can talk about the culture of that nation or the dance they can perform on stage, and they can do a cooking and tasting activity of that particular country or that particular places. So this will enrich their knowledge about in a region or in a place, and geographically challenged people can enjoy themselves when they are going to visit in different places. So this is an awesome way of presenting geography. It is less teaching and more experience learning. We can go to the next slide. This is what we actually done a small lab in our school where we are using Montessori material also. So Montessori materials, our school is basically a Mahatma Montessori school where we use a lot of Montessori material for the children to understand geography. Lot of puzzle activity. You can give them the puzzle. You can ask them, the children, to play with the puzzle and remember the country name. And you can even take a lot of, because now I have a problem with this networking. Otherwise, I would have shown you a video which gives you how easily the country's name and the world map or the things which you can take it to the children and they can enjoy themselves. Next slide. So these are the equipments. Usually you can keep it in your lab, very small lab you can create on your own. Like a small compass you can have where the children, and the compass and the mobile phone. Nowadays, mobile phone has given us a lot of things. Everything can happen within within our hand. So you can use Google, somebody is raising hand. Somebody's raised hand, I think. Yes. Jyoti ma'am, can you unmute them?
Let me check, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am, you were talking about how the student can learn the names of these countries. So
Yeah.
when I was taking a 6th class earlier, so I was taking just a puzzle or just the quizzes or that Antakshari on the country's name. The students were taking a very active participation. That while playing Antakshari, they were telling the name of the countries. They were taking a very enthusiastically this activity.
Oh,
and they
fine.
had
That's great.
learned a lot of the names. Yes, ma'am.
So one more idea also I will give you.
Okay, ma'am.
So for example, you can teach, for example, our own India, you take it. India state,
Yes,
you can take it. Ask them who will be telling the state names fast. Fast.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anybody who can tell the India state names very fast within 10 seconds or 20 seconds or 1 minute? That you can conduct as an assembly program.
Yes,
you can give a
yes,
challenge
yes,
to the
yes,
children, and easily
yes,
children will do it and they enjoy. When the competition
yes,
comes, children will immediately take up and they will do it. That's
they become
another
more
technique.
active, ma'am. They become
More active, definitely
yes,
more
ma'am.
active.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is
Yes, ma'am.
another technique. You can use it inside your classroom or even
Yes,
assembly
ma'am.
or the club activity you can conduct, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
So yeah. So this map, how it can be connected with our values and religion and the community. For example, you can take the history and you can connect it. History, we cannot live it. And we can connect the, what do you call, where the trails we can take it, Bible stories can be taken and geography can be taught. You can take a Quran and you can talk about what are the places people were going from Makkah to Medina, what are the things they do there and how they are praying, all those stuff. And if you see in Mahabharata and Ramayana, you can tell them to visit and do a mapping activity, connect the dots of where Rama traveled, or connect the dots of Krishna's place. Like that, you can give n number of activities for the children and they will be enjoying it. So the next one I will be going. This is what my place and the world, how we are connected. The small, the chart paper work, you can give it and ask them to put it up in the classroom. Classroom will look more colorful and it will be a fun craft for them to understand. The 10th standard, you have to go little more in a higher 9 and 10 area. For example, if you are taking vegetation or the physical features of India, there you can do a group activity. where you can divide the children and they can do a wall journal, collect all the materials and put it up of different regions or different vegetation area, natural regions, climatic conditions, where they can go and observe the wall journal, and then they can do a follow-up sheets and then give a feedback. And you can give the group, the marks, internal marks, and then you can appreciate their kind of a work, and it will be in a great kind of a work for the children to put it up, and classroom also will look very beautiful. So in the next slides, I will move on. This is more interesting for me for 6, 7, 8, or even junior, or even for the seniors. Nowadays, flux has become, very cheap. No need to go and buy atlas from somewhere, because buying atlas, it's very difficult. But now you can take any atlas, print it out in a life size, put it up in a classroom, or put it up in a floor and ask them to search for the places, do an activity where children will enjoy it. This we are trying it out, and we are doing it in a different way. So this is an idea where you can make geography very easy and approachable for the children. The next one. So this is songs you can sing, you can download. If you are a very good singer, you can sing songs about the different continents, the very tough, continent names, countries names. You can teach them. So next we go. And this already I showed you the Geo Earth I Spy. So this is very important one which you can get connected with children. They can enjoy their classroom and the landmarks. You can create your own route maps. Children can talk about their travel and they can talk about their place from where they are traveling, what are the vegetation they are seeing on the either side, or what are the settlements, what they are seeing, and how this is affecting the basic communities. You can get connect with the civics also in this. The next one, this is cooking around the world. This is very interesting. Can break the class for one day, and you can ask children to bring the food and display and talk about what ingredients they have used, and the ingredient is from which part of the world or which part of the country. For example, if I'm going to talk about some spicy vegetable here, so the vegetable grows in which soil condition, what type of soil it grows, whether it grows in a black soil, red soil, or the climatic condition. And it makes children interested. And even you can bring some food items. You can talk about the food items. There is a lesson in 9th and 8th area, shared to the market. So that you can take it, and how it is the cotton goes on from the field. So to understand easily, and which part it grows and where it doesn't grow and how it grows, what are the water requirements. So it make it very interesting for the children. And what are the geo tag which is given for our own products, our own Indian products, and we get a pattern right from the world. So you have to ask them what are the regional tag, what the items have been like getting it. The next slide we will go. And this is what the puzzles you all know, it is very easy. You can keep one corner puzzles, and children can enjoy that doing and ask questions to each other, and or they can conduct in a small group activity. Who's finishing the puzzle very fast? Fastest fingers. Only KVC cannot do the fastest finger. You can also do a fastest finger inside your classroom using a lot of puzzle items. Next one. This is virtual passport tour. Because of the technical glitches, I don't want to waste the time there. You can take, there is a website where they are showing a lot of virtual tours of different places. So you can show them, and you can do a, kind of a thing for the children. And this is samples which you can keep it there and ask the children to identify and observe. And the higher level classes also you can do it, make it more interesting for 9 and 10 also. Every time you cannot be with the books and notebooks and learning for the board exams. Make it little lighter for those children also, right? Next thing is it's in a website where you can go for mock GeoBees, which is online competitions, which is very interesting. We are participating in online quiz competitions, geography channels. You can go and take it up, a lot of participation in that. So this will help them to brush up their kind of a knowledge in geography. Very interesting. As the children, they can become a photographer. You can conduct a photo exhibition inside your classroom. and taken up in the classroom, and then the photo can be analyzed. That is very, very important. So the skills what you're going to teach is photography skill and the analytical skills and the observation skill. So this will give them the interest towards learning. That's the only thing where you're making geography very interesting. The next, we will be going on making a compass, how the compass can be made on your own. So different techniques are there in, scientific techniques. If you are using a small needle and rub it with a magnet and float it in the water, it will float. So you can see where is the north direction. So this will give a little kind of an inputs which children get involved and interested. For example, you take a bowl of water and take a torch or keep it in the sunlight area without, rain, you can see the rainbow inside your classroom. They will feel feeling when they are seeing a rainbow very close, very rare phenomena, which is, we are not able to see naturally because we are in the city and a lot of pollution. The visibility is very less. When you put it up water and take a mirror, half water and half mirror inside in that bowl, and take a torch and, the light passes through the mirror and reflects on the wall. The beautiful rainbow you can see, right? So that is all a very small, interesting phenomena. It can be a starter of the class or it can be a lot of other things. Can we go to the next thing? This all we would have learned, we would have, played with a lot of in our childhood, in our school times. So this also you can make it and give it to the children to play. And when they are exploring, they get involved in learning. And when they are getting involved in learning, they retain it for a longer duration. You're making geography very interesting, right? The next thing. This is sundial, making sundial. You are teaching a lot of other techniques inside a solar system and, go with things. We can little run. This is online geography games are there, which you can, because if most of the classes will be a smart class with internet facilities, take as an, like a games, push it up. You can divide the classes into 4 different groups and you can ask them to answer it, and whoever is the winner, you can give them some kind of a points, and this can be in a continuity activity throughout the year. Here and there you can break throughout the lessons when you are doing it, or weekend activity you can do it to make children, or club activity it can be, and it will be more interesting for children to get involved and answer it in the group. So you are helping them to collaborate and learn the different aspects of geography. This is very interesting for me actually. I'm sitting somewhere, the time is given 7 o'clock for me for the online webinar, and somebody is there in Dubai with 5:30. So the comparative of, the timing, I should not take more time here, or you should not be. So how you can talk about the standard Indian standard time and how the calculation can be done in the Eastern Hemisphere, how to plus or minus, or the Western Hemisphere. When you do hands-on, the children will understand the very heavy topic very easily. So that is where you have to become a very active geography teacher, right? You have to be on toes. You have to be an actor. You have to be a storyteller. You have to be a facilitator. You are going to help the students. You have to be a guide as a tourist guide, and so many roles as a geography teacher. You have to do it. Then only the geography will reach children and they will enjoy. The next thing. So this is bingo. You can go for a lot of bingo activity, because when you find it is very difficult for you to, go with. So the bingo sheets, you can print it out and you ask the children to identify easily. They will do it within, 5 minutes you give them, not more than that. The starters can be even 2 minutes, 3 minutes. They will enjoy that. So make your class to set for the main, the content of it. So this is a small activity for the junior level, 6, 7, 8, or 5th, 4th, you can do it. And when they can mark it and how the, the earth goes on, and the plate tectonic, you can teach it for the 9th and 10th classes, how the plate moves and how this, the converging plate and diverging plates, you can teach them. And this can, put it up there in the classroom, and classroom also will look good. And children will enjoy doing this activity, and take a ball and teach them the equator and what are the latitudes and longitudes. Easy way of, reaching children. That is more important than anything else, right? And this one topic, how we can connect with all the subjects, already from the starting, I'm talking about how it can be connected with many subjects. So water lesson, which is very close for me, you can do, the storytelling, or you can do a lot of puppetry, you can do on-stage presentation, you can divide the children into groups, they can do a presentation on awareness program or Nukkad Natak or street plays, which can give them a lot of input on conservation, resource management, which is very, very important in geography. For example, how many of you know the story of River Ganga? I'm a little bit a storyteller, actually. I'm sorry for that. Because geography, if you want to, you have to be a storyteller. So if you just put yes or no, that will give me an input where I have to, whether I can tell the story little, or already I'm running behind the schedule, I think so. I'm right, sir? Yes?
Yes, ma'am. 5 minutes, 5 minutes left.
Then, okay, sir, then I will wind up. Please move on to the next slides. Then we will make a move, sir. I will not narrate the story. Ganga story, I will keep it for the next time, if sir gives me the permission. Thank you. It can go around. So this is fast. So you can do a lot of awareness programs and other things. To succeed in geography, you must see social economic environment in the world, right? So the next thing, a teacher is a compass that activates the magnet of curiosity, knowledge, and wisdom in the pupil. That is what you are, the geography teachers. So can I show a 1 minute video? It is possible. It's not possible, right? Go ahead. So the world needs teachers like you, who are going to take up the class in a different way. You be the teacher who are going to be ever fresh in child's mind. So geography is a very interesting subject. Make it more interesting and love geography. Start loving geography, right? Thank you so much for the great kind of a platform, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for such an enlightening session. And I feel proud to be a part of this session. It was full of experiential learning, innovative ideas, awesome, effective, fantastic. I just don't have words. The number of activities you have suggested to our participants, I think they must all be enthralled by the activities you have, suggested. And, I was just going through the Excel sheet for the questions which our participants have already shared. And more than 200 or 300 questions are there. And you have answered most of the questions, if I would start with. And in between, you have also suggested the ways how they can invent the other ways to do that. So we can go with the audience. If they have any questions right now, they can raise their hands and ask your questions within 5 minutes time span. We are all set to do that.
Yes, Anupama ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Anupama ma'am.
You can unmute yourself and speak.
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you so much. Thank you for a wonderful session. First of all, Meena ma'am. One of the first beautiful geography sessions, I would say. Ma'am, I wanted to know, how do I motivate my students to take up geography in future as a one solo subject in grade 11? So what can you tell me about the future prospects of this subject?
Ma'am, first of all, you connect all the lessons, whatever the lessons you have. For example, if it is about the geomorphology, what are the career options? You connect that. Yes. So you have to explore. For example, one of the child came to me and asked what I can do after doing my geography. So they can become a meteorologist. They can go as a climatologist. They can become a cartographer. They can become a, the person who can explore about the geoscience. Nowadays it is going one step ahead. You can move out of the earth, you can go to Mars. That is where the demand is going on in the space technology. So you have to explore a lot of career options. Without career option, nobody will like geography. So you have to tell, in India it is very less. But in other countries, European countries, in US, many beautiful job opportunities are there. And if you want to become a media person, you can become a climate weather analyst. In BBC News, you would have seen people who are doing a lot of weather analysis. So many options are there. So you have to explore a lot of first the course options, what are the UGs available in top 10 universities and top 10 universities of India, and what are the courses which can connect the children for an easy job opportunities or a career opportunities. That is where we have to give lot of input for the parents plus the students. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
ma'am.
ma'am. I hope that solves the query. We have another participant.
Yes, ma'am. Somebody is raising.
NK
Gaikwad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Please
sir.
unmute yourself, sir.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I think there's some technical problem.
Yeah. Somebody else?
Yeah, the number.
Yeah, ma'am. Good evening, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Actually, one of the small question was there from one of the student. Actually, this question was a little bit strange, so I dare here to keep it in front of all the
geography people.
Yeah, all the geography society, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we are a community, sir.
One of the student asked me, sir, the earth is carved in a, what you can say, a little bit angle, as we know that it is happened because of that is why we can say the raining and seasons are taking place on the earth.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so he said me that, sir, why the axis then we did not put from the angle from wherever it is on a straight way, why it is in a like how much it is no.
Actually, the magnetic force, which is, it is working inside the Earth's surface, the magnetic field, it goes on. And because of the internal movement of the, the full magma and it is going on. For example, if you boil a milk, almost everyone is boiling the milk, and you just keep the milk for a minute or leave it for 5 or 6 minutes, then the top layer comes, right? And when you shake it, it is floating. The same way, the entire earth, it is not fully cold. It is inside, it is hottest. So the outside it is. So the inside the movement, it goes on the lava, the magma, which is going on and on and on. It makes the earth to tilt. When even you can show the ball and ask them to rotate it. You see how the ball rotates. It is not in the same 90-degree angle it will rotate. It will go in a different angle. That is where the magnetic field works on, because of the axis is little bit slanting, 23.5 degree, it is slightly slanted. Yes. Because of that, the northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere and the seasonal variation goes on. I hope I have cleared the doubts.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Welcome, sir.
I hope that solves the query. Do we have any other participants for the questions? Yes, a number is there who has raised a hand. Ma'am or sir, please ask your question. You can unmute yourself.
Ma'am, right now I'm taking 9th and 10th class SST. Ma'am, how to implement BAL general to generate the interest to what something more we can do in that, ma'am? Wall general that you were telling.
Wall general, ma'am, actually, for example, if you are taking a topic like the natural vegetation of India.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
ma'am. So it has a different natural vegetation region, tropical, evergreen, all those stuff is there.
Yes, ma'am.
What you do, you divide the class into 5 groups or 4 groups according to the number of vegetation region, and ask children to do self, exploring. Bring a lot of collect informations and paper cutting or newspaper cutting or the magazine, the resemblance of different materials, and each group can put it up in a different area allocated. Let them put it up all the information. Once the information is put up on the wall, and give them the kind of a follow-up sheet. So when they go around noting down each and every the presentation of each group and make one child to speak about their presentation also. When they are speaking, they develop automatically, a lot of information is shared and children get involved, and it is not directly you are teaching. You are going to be a facilitator and you are going to give them the chance of, going through exploring each and every region, and it is easy for them to retain the information for a longer duration.
Okay.
For board exam, it is like...
Ma'am, it will convert my normal class into a geographical class.
Definitely, ma'am. Definitely.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much, ma'am. I hope that this must have put many educators at ease, the query which many educators are looking forward to make the class interesting. So here we wrap up our question answer round. And I hope our educators will appreciate the learning of this informative session and will apply these techniques and all those, activities which ma'am has shared in this session. Thank you so much, everyone. There are lots many takeaways today. So I have already shared so many of them, and it's such a great honor and privilege to get the opportunity to thank you all. Kindly note that the attendance and the feedback form is already posted in the chat box. Please fill it up before you leave. I, on behalf of Bharat Sahodaya, express our heartfelt gratitude and a deep sense of appreciation to Ma'am S. Meena Karupaya for such a wonderful and enriching session. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot for this wonderful and enriching session. So here I would like to express my deep gratitude to Dr. Abdul Salam sir for unprecedented support and guidance. And special thanks to wonderful IT team and Mr. Arun Mohan sir and Rafat sir. And all my heartfelt thanks to educational fraternity. I would like to invite Dr. Abdul Salam sir for closing the session.
Thank you, Jyoti ma'am. First of all, you have spent 2 hours, more than 2 hours with us, having a hectic schedule also. And similarly, Meena Karpaya ma'am, hats off to you ma'am, because lots of resources, n number of resources you have, portrayed, you have shared with us, and because of time constraint, we had to, limit the presentation. So sorry for that. If you would permit, please send the PPT with us. We will be sharing with the participants. It must be beneficial to them, because there are lots of innovative ideas, lots of experiential learning tips. Yeah, you have put in, so it will be very beneficial to the participants who have spent similarly more than 2 hours with us. So thank you so much, Meena ma'am, for the wonderful resource. You are very much resourceful, and your experience, your expertise, are very evident from this session. And Renuka ma'am, thank you so much for being with us for this 2 hours of journey, throughout the world. And each and everyone who has participated for this meaningful webinar. And we hope to connect with you again, once again, with Meena ma'am and each and everyone. Thank you, thank you everybody, and let's hope we can wind up now. Thank you once again to Jyoti ma'am and Meena ma'am. Would you like to say anything?
Sir, thanks a lot for the beautiful platform what you have given to me. It was a great experience and a great kind of geography community. You have helped us to come together. That is the biggest thing what I want to congratulate your Sahodaya and the team of people what you are having back end, and the team who are sitting, Jyoti ma'am and Renuka ma'am. It's a great kind of a thing, sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, ma'am. And we hope all the participants will make use of the tips that have been shared here for the benefit of the student community. And so that we will feel, we will be empowered and enriched. And Bharat Sahodaya can be very happy about, empowering teachers with the help of resource persons like Meena ma'am. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful good night. We will wind up here. Thank you.
Good night, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Renuka ma'am. Thank you, Abdul Salam sir. So we thank you
so
all for
much.
joining us. And for next time, stay safe, stay healthy, and we are really indebted by your presence, everyone. Thank you.